Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to stand here in front of TEDxMithibaiCollege as the first Consul General of Finland in Mumbai. Yes, it's true, Finland was not present in Mumbai before 2023 when I was appointed. So my name is Erik, I have been 27 years in the Foreign Diplomatic Service. I've been in 5 postings, and maybe one of the most interesting was New Delhi, where I was for 3 years. So the Consulate General of Finland is new, but the embassy in Delhi has been there for 75 years already. Already in 1949, Finland and India established full diplomatic relations only 2 years after India's independence in August 47. Relations between India and Finland are close and unproblematic, but little distant. We have in India a regular political dialogue and regular political visits between our countries. Prime Ministers Modi and Marin met in Copenhagen in 2021. They agreed on partnerships in sustainability and digitalization, and to have focus on education also. External Minister S. Jaishankar visited Finland in September 2019. Foreign Minister Haavisto India in November 2019, and actually next week we expect our new Foreign Minister, Madame Elina Valtonen, to visit New Delhi for the Raisina dialogue. One aspect of the bilateral relations between India and Finland is that more and more Indians come to Finland to study or to visit. Last year, 23, was a record year when it comes to visas and resident permits. And the Indian diaspora in Finland is now growing towards 20,000 people. Some of them stay, some turn back after a while, but they enrich our culture in Finland, and they form a bridge between our two countries. Because normally Indians bring with much of their own country when they go abroad: spirituality, food, yoga, cricket, and so on. Cricket has now been developed a sport in Finland as well. I can tell you that establishment of a new diplomatic mission has been a very demanding, interesting, and also practical task. I have recruited staff, I have bought cars, I have rented apartments. I learned to know many practical aspects of India and life here. Because it goes without saying that if you want to be successful as a foreign diplomat, you must have the base, the infrastructure, and the logistics. Besides these practical words, I have tried to establish contacts with important partners and players like education institutions, like this one, private companies, NGOs, and trade chambers. The mandate of the Consulate General is to promote all national interests of Finland, but there's a clear emphasis on trade and commercial relations. Commercial relations, if you look at them nowadays, they should be defined in a broad manner. It's not only about imports and exports anymore, it's also about investments in both directions. It's about education, tourism, talent attraction, culture, and media relations. All these sectors support each other, and they rely on each other. And of course, one of the tasks of the Consulate General is to help Finnish citizens in need. But we do not issue visas or residence permits. This task is taken care by the embassy in Delhi. My country depends on foreign trade and will continue to do so. We need to import coffee and tropical fruits because these do not grow in Finland. Our industry, and through our industry, a big part of the workforce depend on export, that other countries are interested in products that have been manufactured in Finland. There are now about 120 Finnish companies with production in India, also among them Nokia, Kone, Huhtamäki, Wärtsilä, and so on. Our key economic sectors is manufacturing. Biggest industries are electronics, including IT and technology, vehicles, other engineered metal products, forest industry, including paper, because we have much forest in Finland. Traditional exports and imports between India and Finland is still quite small, annual about 3 billion euros, 300 crores as you say here. Finland has exported a little more to India than India to Finland, mainly machinery, paper products, and IT, and from India to Finland it's been mainly textiles. Right now the value of Finnish investments in India, so-called FDIs, are about 3 billion euros, and Indian investments to Finland about 1 billion euros. But I can promise you that there's more to come. Many big Indian enterprises are interested in Finland as an investment destination, One company called TEDxMithibaiCollege just opened a Makers Lab in Finland. And here in India we have Nokia, the Finnish company, very much involved in the 5G, 6G development. At the Consulate General we try to support Finnish exports and Finnish interest in India, and we do so by following Indian society, the development, and by advising our companies, trade chambers and so on. We normally advise Finnish companies, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, to have an Indian partner, because entering the Indian market with two small muscles is not easy. And the same advice I would like to give to Indian companies or individuals interested in Finland as a destination. You need a local partner in order to succeed. Education in all its aspects has been very strongly present in my work here in Mumbai. There is so much interest from the Indian side towards the Finnish model, and we have existing cooperation project on covering childhood education, teacher training, vocational education, student exchange and academic research. Finland welcomes Indian students who wish to study in Finland, either partly or to do the whole exam, which nowadays can be made in English only, the whole university exam. So we have a solid base for our bilateral education cooperation, but we are willing to develop it even further. And also Finland, of course, has much to learn from the Indian model. I will now briefly mention 5 sectors which are especially promising when it comes to Finland and Finnish-Indian business cooperation. And these sectors are strongly interlinked. First, bioeconomy. Finland is very well known for its bio-based heritage, expertise and innovative solutions. As one of the greenest countries in the world, Finland invests heavily in bioeconomic research and development. And bioeconomy is an economy that relies on renewable resources to produce food, energy, products and services. A responsible bioeconomy will reduce our dependence on fossil-based natural resources, help prevent biodiversity losses and create new economic growth which is consistent with sustainable development. Second sector, circular economy. Circular economy is not only about recycling. Recycling is important, but it's not the only thing. It's a new economic model involving companies in all sectors, new business models such as furniture as a service, and new products like bioplastic. And it involves new ways to consider an item's life cycle, like building a product that is long-lasting and repairable. Finland has quite a long history of circular solutions, even before the phrase circular economy was common. On the consumer side, a deposit scheme helped push the recycling of beverage containers to near 100%. On the industrial side, companies strive to increase efficiency to succeed in global competition through circular economy. Third sector, clean tech. Clean thinking runs in our genes, and sustainability is our second nature. As one of the greenest countries in the world, we are in perfect position to drive sustainable development globally. 40% of Finnish energy is produced with renewables like biomass, hydro, wind and solar power. 50% of energy is recycled and recovered from wastewaters and buildings in Helsinki, our capital city. Finland is a global market leader in renewable technologies like wind turbine components, solar inverters and bio and waste to energy synergies. Fourth sector I wanted to mention is health and well-being, because much of the developed world now faces a severe demographic challenge. We have too many old people, and people suffer more from chronic diseases and lifestyle-related diseases. The problem is providing good quality health care to more people as the proportion of tax-paying workers decreases. Our health sector is built on world-class research and digital know-how. The benefits of smart health solutions are to cure afflictions more effectively, to care for patients more efficiently, and to prevent illnesses more frequently. An added benefit of smart health solution is that it typically generates high-skilled jobs. So Finland is a global pioneer in global health. In smart health, Finland has an efficient healthcare system and invests in new solutions that solve current and future healthcare needs. Fifth and last sector to be mentioned is naturally the digitalization. Finland is the most digitalized country in Europe. Digitalization, sometimes called the digital transformation, is the use of digital technologies to modify or create new organizational processes, culture, business models and experiences. A simple example of digitalization is taking a library's catalog and putting it online. Now a library user in Finland can search for books at home, reserve them and even have them delivered. This makes finding books simpler and faster while freeing up library staff for other tasks. Well, this is one example. One example which is very often used here is in India. I have noticed to order food from all these apps nowadays, so maybe this is not a very new thing for you. But anyway, digitalization can help companies to be more profitable at lower cost, while it can help public institutions improve services at lower cost. So efficiency is a key benefit. So these were the 5 sectors I mentioned: bioeconomy, circular economy, clean tech, health and well-being, as well as digitalization. Right now, Finnish businesses, universities, think tanks and public entities are very busy with all these sectors, but these are sectors that we don't want to do alone. We invite international partners in a variety of endeavors, ranging from very specific ICT challenges to broad questions on digitalization. And these 5 sectors are all sectors where India and Finland can work together to make the world a better place on the business level. Now to the question on how Finland and India can cooperate at the political level. We know that India is very active in a number of international organizations such as United Nations, WTO, World Trade Organizations, the BRICS, G20, where you just had a presidency, and the Quad. Finland also very much supports a rules-based international order, but we believe that the United Nations is crucial because, and WTO, because G20, BRICS and so on can be important, but they are not inclusive, not easy for small countries to have their voices heard. Therefore, the UN is in a special category. Problem is that it's more a forum than actually a decision-making body. And also the veto power of the permanent 5 members in the Security Council makes it difficult to be a strong actor. But still, the United Nations is the only international body where all nation states of the world are represented. And of course, we are aware of the Indian request to be a permanent member of the Security Council. Well, we know that the UN Charter was written in 1945 when the world looked very different. And it goes without saying that the Security Council should reflect global reality. India's foreign policy has been described as strategic non-alignment. India has partners but no allies. And India does not condemn and cooperates well with all partners. But one sector where India and Finland are like-minded and have some common history relates to the peaceful resolution of conflicts. Both India and Finland have participated actively in the peacekeeping operations of the United Nations. Right now, hundreds of Finnish soldiers are deployed abroad, most of them in the UNIFIL operation in Lebanon. India also believes in the rules-based international order that we, through international negotiations, can establish global norms that govern peace and security, trade, human rights, and other aspects of international cooperation. One particular sector I want to mention here is the climate change, because here we all understand that we really need international cooperation, because the question of global warming and melting polar ices, they do not really recognize national borders. These challenges, problems cannot be tackled at the national level only. We really need international cooperation. I think on this question of sustainability, from a Finnish perspective, India has been quite active. Finland recognizes the initiatives that India has made, on the International Solar Alliance and the Biofuel Alliance. And we are looking at a possible membership in this forum. Finland, for its part, has been active in establishing the Finance Ministers' Coalition for Climate Change. So I believe that there's much to cooperate on. But really, I would like you to come to Finland, and the Consulate General is really willing to share all possible information on everything I have said here today. So I thank you for your attention.